Hi, Lee here. Welcome to the Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube Hop, hosted by Clique Kits. And today is May 6th, the first day of the hop, and here's the photo that's inspired this layout. The blue and the orange from the photo really pop, so that inspired my color scheme. And here's the Atwell 6x6 paper pad. That's an add-on, and I'm showing you some of the items from the May Clique Kits, and mostly featuring the Fancy Pants Atwell collection. And I love all those flare, and here I'm showing you I'm using a 1 1/4 inch circle and a 1 1/2 inch circle. And this is the cut file for May, one of the cut files, and it's a 6-inch square, and I stacked one on top of the other so that I could have a linear design down the center of my page. And then I'll go about selecting some of the nice bright papers out of this kit. I've already punched this yellow, but it has a lot of orange on it, so it brings out the subject's hair. And I like using the 6x6 paper pad because these circles are pretty small, so if you use the smaller scale of the paper pad, the 6x6 paper pad, then it works with this size circle. And I like the gray wood grain. It brings out the carousel horse. So we have the red doodled circle pattern paper. And I'll just vary. I'm trying to not keep similar colors together. So we're going to do the red, blue, and gray over here. And there's another yellow. And my thinking of what I wanted to do was, once I find out where I'm going to place all the different pattern circles, then what I want to do is glue it to the back of the cut file, and I'll raise it up with foam so that it's up off the back of the paper. And that'll give another layer of dimension. And then what I want to make sure I do also is I want to stick some items underneath the cut file, and some to the side and some on top. So I have 3 different layers, and there's a close-up of the photo. It's nice and bright, nice and colorful. So I thought this happy color scheme is really good for this photo. And plus the circles remind me of a carousel, like round and round. So I'm just flipping through the paper pad here to decide. I think I want another blue circle so that I'll have 3. And I'm just trying to see if I can match up some of the colors. I used a watercolored circle that I had left over from I had painted these stripes, and this is you can get this Gansai Tombi watercolor set in the Clique Kits shop. So I had got that last month and wanted to use those. They're nice bright colors, so they work with this color scheme. Heidi Swap die cut, the Happy. I cut it out of 110-pound cardstock in white, and then I'm going to use this polka dot tissue paper just because it reinforces the circle, the shape on the layout. So there I add the 3rd blue circle. And I'm trying to balance out where the colors are on the layout so that I don't have a lot of red together. And then I'm using the feathers. So I'm going to fold up I'm going to double this tissue so that I can get 2 different mats behind the photo. And I just hand cut this with scissors. So I'll turn on the music a while we figure out what goes where. idea to wind up some white crochet thread and add it around some of the embellishments that I took off of the embellishment sheet, the puffy sticker sheet that came in this kit. And I like that it kind of reinforces the doodled wonky circles of the cut file. And it also highlights the embellishments a little bit and adds an extra texture. And here I'll try some enamel shapes, and I'm keeping, oh, and this is what I did. I had tried to stitch inside of these 1 1/4 inch circles, and I couldn't. It was too small on my sewing machine and I couldn't stitch. So what I did was I adhered it to the white piece of copy paper, and then I could use the copy paper as like a tool to turn around the little circle, and I was able to stitch inside in a wonky shape. And that'll just add another layer of texture, so that I'm repeating, using repetition on this layout in the different areas. Like there's stitching on the wonky circle, there's the cut file, and there's the white crochet thread. And then I had stitched in like wonky stitching inside that striped yellow piece, but I didn't like the way the stitching looked on the stripes. So I'm just going to cut another one and replace it. And I'll just keep the stitching on only the solid blue circles. Sometimes it's just making design decisions as you go, and you find out what works and what doesn't that way. So here I'm showing you how I lift it up. See, it's on foam so that it's up off of the back of the layout, and it gives just another layer of interest to the page. And I stuck the foam under where the photo's going to go, so that I don't have to try to cut little tiny foam to go behind the circles of the cut file. And I'm just going to try to make sure that it's straight, because that's really high-tech adhesive in my ATG gun, so I don't want to stick that on there and then have to rip it off, so I'm using my ruler to make sure it's straight. Oh, and I want to say a special thank you to my niece who let me use her super special gorgeous photos of her going to Tokyo, Japan. So I wanted to give a shout out to her and say thank you. Thanks. I just like having this tray with the embellishment bowls, and we get a full package of the Atwell flare. There's 8 flare in there, which is awesome. I love that they include full packages of embellishments in this kit. And there's a full package of the tags is on the top left. And it's just so fun to have all these embellishments out in the tray, and then you can just grab whatever. And I feel like I use them more if they're out where I can see them while I'm creating the layout. And it's just super fun to have them there. I just started doing this. I did this in the last couple videos and it really helped, so I wanted to, hopefully you guys can do that too. So I'm just using the fine tip nozzle on this bottle with quick dry Scotch quick dry adhesive inside, and I'm going to attach the crochet thread and some sewing thread, and then put the puffy stickers back inside those little crochet thread wonky circles. It just kind of reinforces the wonky circles of the cut file, and then the wonky stitching on the blue pattern pieces, and then the crochet thread. I just like to repeat some of the elements in different areas on the layout. So here I'm tying with white sewing thread. I'm just going to tie, and then I decide to just pile the sewing thread inside the other little circles. here I'm just adding the last little embellishments, the enamel dots. These are Wonder from the Crepe Paper Wonder collection, and they came in a previous kit. And there's another of the puffy stickers from the Atwell collection. And I changed my mind and moved the red over so that I had like 3 red embellishments over here by the red watercolored circle. And I'm just going to finish up here. I added some gold sequins just to repeat the gold dots on the tissue paper. And I also wanted to add a little bit more of the pattern paper. There's some yellow watercolors on this, yellow little tiny, that's a 3/4 inch punch. So I went back and added some smaller pattern circles. And 2 more yellow dots. And those Wonder enamel dots came in a previous collection from Clique Kits. And here I had printed out my computer journaling. I sized a circle in the pages on a Mac. It's like a Word program. So I sized it to 2 1/4, and then I just hand cut it into a hand cut circle. And then I just stuck it on the layout so that way I have some different layers and the open space. So here's the final layout, and I hope you guys have fun on this National Scrapbook Day hop, and good luck on the prizes. And here's a list of all the generous sponsors who donated prizes for this hop, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to them. Bye!